Okay, there we go. Let's try this again. Joe from Fall 1 Gaming. We got Dave from Dog Eat Dog in the house. Get fucking excited. To everybody in the chat. Listen, I don't care if you're a lurker. I don't care if you're new to the channel. I don't care if you're a regular on NerdCage Live. I want everybody in the chat to type in, who's the king in the chat. Let me repeat that. Who's the king? Joe, give me that countdown.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Get over here! Hi, I'm martial art master Daniel Pacino. You know me as the original Johnny Cage, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Reptile, and Smoke. You are tuning in to NerdCage Live on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. Don't miss an episode or you'll get caged. So let's finish him.
This is Anthony Marquez, better known as Kung Lao for Mortal Kombat. Make sure to like and subscribe to NerdCage Live. Be there. Us.
Hi, I'm Leah Montalongo, the OG Sindel. Please like, subscribe to NerdCage Live.
NerdCage Live and gaming are a perfect match.
Shoot the J, Joe.
Okay.
Shoot it!
All right.
Over on NerdCage Live on Twitch, Jay and Joe go live.
Call me Bazooka Joe.
It's all about you.
Kaboom!
Playing both old school and new school games every Tuesday night. Ooh, what a sight!
Jay, stop looking at her face and run.
But she's so beautiful.
So be sure to follow NerdCage Live on Twitch.
Run for your life, Joe. Run for your life, Joe.
Running.
Run faster. Oh no, Joe. The galaxy's doomed because of you.
To scratch your gaming itch.
Oh, nice kick, Joe.
Thank you.
Yo, that's f***ing diabolical. Wait. Yo!
That's twitch.tv/NerdCage Live.
a sucker-nosed statue. Give him chance. Come on, Creed. Hit me. Hey, woman. Listen here. No hair's been messing up my coat.
Hey, how you doing? You're about to witness the strength of geek knowledge, you know?
Prediction? Yes, prediction. Pain.
You're now about to witness the strength of geek knowledge. Hello and welcome. That's right. You're trapped in NerdCage Live. This ain't just a reaction show, but a debate show and a live discussion on everything that makes people like you and I tick. So thank you for joining us on this special night of NerdCage Live as the year of NerdCage Live continues. I'm your co-host, Jay St. G, certified geek, 7 days a week, coming to you live from yours truly, Syracuse, New York. And of course, guesting today is our dear friend. He is 33,000 subscribers strong. Born from the Atomic Blast, from the Toku Titan cast, it is Davis TitanGoji Madole, and always among us, our moderator and Trollhammer. It is Joe from Fall On Gaming. Please introduce this fine gentleman that's rattling the cage tonight.
Tonight we have Dave Neabore from Dog Eat Dog.
Thank you.
How are you, sir?
Very well. Thank you. Glad to be here, guys.
Excellent. We are very excited to have you on board. Thank you for taking the busy time off your schedule. I know you're getting ready to tour Europe, but thank you for hanging out with us tonight. But before we get started, Joe from Fall On Gaming, who do we got in the chat tonight?
In the chat tonight, we have Shay Smithers. We have Dion from Off the Beaten Podcast.
Yes.
Paul Tackett is in the chat. And we have one of the most explosive YouTube channels, Joe Blow Face-Offs.
Yes, Joe Blow, my other boss. Thanks for coming in, everybody. All right, so you know what? Obviously, you see the mosh pit background. If you want to mosh, go for it. Just do it at your own discretion. So yes, Dave is here to not only talk music, but to talk Godzilla and Toho Movies. But before we get started, Dave, explain to those who may not be familiar with Dog Eat Dog, just quickly summarize what Dog Eat Dog is, what their music's about, and what the band has in the works right now.
Okay, Dog Eat Dog started in 1990 as a bunch of friends. We came out of, some members came out of the band Mucky Pup, and we kind of were already friends. We started a band, we jammed, we wrote some songs. We ended up getting signed to Roadrunner Records in 1993. So it happened pretty quickly with the help of Billy from Biohazard, who brought our demo to Roadrunner. And then it kind of happened pretty quick. And then we went on tour with Biohazard in Europe in 94. And between 94 and 95, our fan base just grew huge thanks to big support from MTV in Europe. And we ended up winning an MTV award in 1995 for Best New Artist. We beat Alanis Morissette, Weezer, and Portishead and H-Box. And then basically, we came out with our Play Games record and ended up having a big success in the 90s on that. Then, we continued. We got off of Roadrunner. We've been signed, re-signed. We've toured. We've, hit bottom, picked ourselves back up. It's just been a roller coaster ride. But now we're signed again. We put out an EP and a live record, and we're in the middle of recording our new full-length album in Europe. And once we go back in 10 days, we're going to be working on the record as well. So there's a new record coming from Dog Eat Dog.
Nice.
We cannot wait. How long has it been since we had a full-length Dog Eat Dog record?
Yeah, it's been since 2006.
Oh, it is time.
It's
fucking time for Dog Eat Dog to roll again. Let the dog bark. Let's go.
Yeah.
Awesome. Hey.
Yeah, we're excited.
Now listen. Let's talk a little bit of music before we get into the Toho stuff. So last week, some exciting news happened. At least I think it's exciting because I'm a diehard metal fan. But Judas fucking Priest finally made the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Dave, I just want to get your take on Judas Priest finally getting into the Hall, and if Judas Priest had any major influence on you, as a guitarist and bass player, growing up.
I am a diehard metalhead, and my heavy metal really entered my life around, let's say 1979, 1980, and then through the mid 80s. So I was very aware of it. Judas Priest, Iron Maiden were probably, and Black Sabbath and Ozzy were probably my three favorite. Rush, Van Halen, I'd include them, but Judas Priest, Screaming for Vengeance just will always be just an absolute masterpiece. And recently I acquired that Judas Priest kind of box set that's kind of black with studs on it. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but it's a comprehensive collection of all the early Judas Priest work. So I listened to the whole thing, and I really caught up with a lot of the old stuff too. And I'm like, they deserve to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. They're more than a metal band. They're just an incredible force of nature that's been around, not how many years, 40 to 50 years now at least, right? Yeah. So they well-deserved. And I met Rob Halford once, and he was absolutely great. And, I have nothing but great memories of listening to Judas Priest as a youngster. And like I said, I'm still listening to him today.
All right, TitanGoji, Joe, what about you guys? How you feel about Priest? And Joe, I know you're a Priest fan for sure.
Oh, yeah.
But TitanGoji, what about you? Your thoughts on Judas Priest?
I will admit I'm not the most diehard Judas Priest fan, but I do love their music, and hearing that they're finally in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, it's yes. I mean, you can't get any better than that.
Yes, Joe. I know you saw Priest back in 2005. I know you're a big fan.
Oh yeah.
But Joe,
yeah, I saw Priest. The first time I saw Priest, I actually saw it with my parents, which is an odd experience, but a great experience nonetheless. And dude, "Breaking the Law" will always be my favorite song from them, hands down.
Yes. All right. So I just wanted to get the Judas Priest thing out of the way because, like I said, I'm just so happy they got in because I just feel like it was long overdue, And we need more metal representation in the Hall of Fame because the Hall of Fame is more it's not the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame; it's more like the Music Hall of Fame.
It's just the music, yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
So Dave, let's talk the early days of Dog Eat Dog, because I just, for my own benefit, I need to know, man. So one of the things that makes you guys stand out, in my opinion, and it's just so awesome to hear, is that you guys are one of the rare metal hardcore bands that not only that you guys cross over other genres, but like saxophone. You guys have saxophone in the band, in the music. So I want to know whose decision or how did that came about? Like, who decided, like, okay, let's have a saxophone player, or was that explained? Like, I'm just fascinated. Like, what made you guys have saxophone in the
band started in my basement, and it was just 4 guys jamming and having fun, and we felt like we could write songs about anything. We're free. We can do anything we want. We haven't created the sound of the band. We're in that great stage where you're just figuring it all out. And I wrote a riff, and I was calling it the strip song, and it sounded like one of the riffs sounded like, something like that would be played in like a dirty strip club. And we had a friend who played saxophone, and he would hang out with us, and we said, hey, bring your saxophone to our practice. We got this kind of funny song, and it would sound so cool if we had like a saxophone playing on it. So that day he did it, and he played it, and we had a little party, and we played some of the songs, and we had the saxophone, and it went over really well. And then when we were writing the Allboro Kings, when we got signed and we were doing the Warren EP, we wanted to put some saxophone here and there. It was one of those things that, like, it wasn't intentional. It wasn't a group decision. It was just like there. Hey, one of our friends plays, why don't you play? And then the audience seemed to like it, and everybody was like, hey, that makes you stand out from everybody, that saxophone, let's put more of it in and more of it in. And then eventually it started like basically taking over every song, and I got like crazy about it, and I said, I agree, we should get rid of the saxophone. And we tried for a couple of years to play without saxophone, and it got to the point where our booking agency was being told by promoters that, they wanted, as part of the booking, they wanted saxophone. So we kind of were forced back into having saxophone in the band. But we have a great sax player. We have a couple of sax players now. So like everything is good. I'm at peace with the sax. Yep. And now it's being tastefully used again.
Hey, who doesn't love good sax? Just saying.
Yeah, it's gotta be good.
But yeah, dude, I just love the sound of Dog Eat Dog. And so, like I said, what makes you guys very special? I mean, yeah, I know Murphy's Law does it too, but I feel like you guys put it in the forefront. Like I feel like it's just funny because you guys came to Syracuse a few months back, and because of the snowstorm, y'all didn't have no saxophone player on stage, which is all right. We understood, but you guys still pulled it off. But I remember the first time I saw Dog Eat Dog. It's funny. It's just so funny because I saw you guys right before the pandemic started, and then you guys were the first concert I went to after the pandemic was over. So I caught you guys at the Roseland Star Room,
ballroom.
Yeah, with Life of Agony. And you guys had the saxophone player there. And you guys were fucking awesome that night. And then you guys came to Syracuse, and the snowstorm happened. And you're like, oh yeah, we ain't got no saxophone player, but let's do this shit anyway.
Well, when we're in the U.S., it's like, we don't play in the U.S. very often. It's only recently, in the last couple of years, that we've been playing a lot here. So it's like we never really thought like, okay, we're going to need a U.S. sax guy. We just didn't think about it. Now, finding a good one and somebody who's available is not always easy. So, and add a snowstorm in, there you go. But hey, there's going to be plenty more Dog Eat Dog shows with sax in the no, I promise you.
Yeah, no, that was, like I said, you guys were still fucking awesome that night, and I think you guys were playing the saxophone parts with the guitar. It was rad, so I'm glad I got that rare experience with Dog Eat Dog that night.
Yeah, well, another rarity is you saw Dog Eat Dog with 2 guitar players.
Yep.
Which doesn't happen because we flew our guitar player over from Switzerland. Yep. And he was playing with our original guitar player, Dan Stasi. So you had like the old and new guitar players that have never played together really. So this is you missed saxophone, but you got the dual guitar attack. So that's a cool thing.
Yeah, no, like I said, it's always fun. Question, like, I'm assuming just based because you guys are in New York City, like, are you guys tight with Murphy's Law?
Oh yeah, 2 members of Dog Eat Dog were in Murphy's Law.
Oh,
so,
no shit. Okay, I feel stupid now. That's awesome.
Both Dan Nastasi was in Murphy's Law first from 1990 to like maybe 91, and spent 1 or 2 years. And then Sean Kilkenny, rest in peace, he was in the band from probably like mid 2000s or in the 2000s. He went to Japan with them a few times. So like we not only look up to Murphy's Law as one of our all-time favorite bands, but like, you know, over the years we've become brothers with them. So, you know, they have a huge influence on the attitude of Dog Eat Dog, which is really like have fun and party, and like it doesn't have to be all about like heavy, you know, politics and stuff. And that's kind of what we modeled our band on, was like Beastie Boys, Murphy's Law, you know, the attitude of maybe like the Chili Peppers, just like we can do anything. We can just enjoy each other's friendship and have fun. And when you do that and you put these personalities together, you see we've sustained a 32-year career.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's an amazing thing.
And one more question about Murphy's Law. Did you guys ever like compete with each other? Like, okay, who can out-sax who?
No.
Okay, I'm just curious because, like I said, I think
say,
saxophone, like the hardcore bands with the saxophone, I think you guys are Murphy's Law when it comes to the hardcore.
Yeah,
scene.
I mean, there's no doubt Murphy's Law had horns before Dog Eat Dog even existed. So, you know, there's no, but, you know, they certainly didn't start touring with Raven, you know, until later. We're talking about like, you know, mid to late 90s where they started having like exclusive saxophone. They never had the sax on stage back, you know, in the 80s and stuff. But still, we've played together. So we've had those nights where there's just like 2 bands of sax. It's pretty cool.
All right, I got one more question about the early days of Dog Eat Dog. Listen, I'm a huge hip hop fan, like old school hip hop. Like I'm in like House of Pain, Beastie Boys, Wu-Tang Clan, that era. So I got to ask, like, so you guys definitely have a huge hip hop influence, obviously, in Dog Eat Dog. So how did that come about? How did the hip hop flavor come into Dog Eat Dog in the early days?
Well, like I said, Beastie Boys were a huge influence. Run DMC, you know, the Public Enemy, like we're talking about like 80s stuff. You know, John, everybody, even if you were into metal or hardcore, you were into like what I'm going to call rap, you know, the early rap days, you know, before it became really hip hop. And, you know, we all grew up on that stuff. And so you would hear Anthrax and Public Enemy do a song, or Run DMC and Aerosmith do a song. Like, it wasn't unheard of to hear this rap and rock combo. And I always loved it. Whenever I heard a rap song that had like a heavy guitar, I'm like, this is heavy, this is awesome, I love it. So I always kind of wanted to do that. And John didn't really consider himself like a singer. He felt more comfortable like rapping. So when we got together and started playing, we were just like, do whatever you feel comfortable. And that kind of rap element, you know, felt right for John, and it worked with the groovy music that we were doing. It didn't seem like music you needed to sing over all the time. Every once in a while there's a melodic line, but it wasn't really meant to do that. And you know, then we started working with, so we worked with the Beat Nuts first, and then we worked with Jam Master Jay from Run DMC.
Yes,
and then
and the bonus track, yes.
Yeah, and then we worked with the RZA from the Wu-Tang Clan, and that was, you know, just incredible.
Yes. Anybody who knows me, I love the Wu. Oh my God, yes. Okay, so hey Joe, there's a question in the chat.
Yeah, I was going to field that. I never asked. While we're on the subject of rock, what's all our thoughts on Crush 40?
I'm not sure what he's referring to in Crush 40. Is that
Me
a
neither.
band?
I'm guessing. I'm not familiar with it.
Dave, any thoughts on Crush 40 or? Okay,
is it like maybe an amp, a guitar amp?
No, it is a band. I guess it's a Japanese American hard rock band.
Oh, okay. I've personally never heard of them. But
I'm gonna look into it though.
Yeah,
I always like hearing new things. You never know.
And then also our dear friend Dion McGill of Off the Beaten Podcast. He's over in Chicago, which is home away from home for me. I love Chicago. Speaking of Chicago, G-Fest is coming up.
Yes, sir.
Dion was just saying that, hey, we need to get Dog Eat Dog over at Riot Fest in Chicago.
It would be awesome. You know, I mean, we unfortunately, during our big period in the 90s, when we were touring Europe like crazy, we were, trying to break in America too, but we didn't have the support from Roadrunner that we did in Europe. So we kept touring the US and just not breaking any ground. So unfortunately, the farther away from New York or New Jersey we go, I don't think a lot of people know who we are. So you're not getting a lot of promoters reaching out, being like, come on to Chicago and play, don't draw anybody, whatever. So
well, hopefully we can change that. We need to get Dog Eat Dog on the U.S. Homeland National run. I mean, Davis, bring him in Dallas and get him in Chicago. Let's fucking go. More people need Dog Eat Dog in their goddamn life. All right.
Yes, sir.
Let's get that record out first.
Yes. So listen, one of the main reasons, besides I'm a huge fan of your work, Dave, I just thought it would be fucking awesome if we talked a little bit of Toho movies and Godzilla movies, because the kaiju community, let me repeat that, the kaiju community loves NerdCage Live, and we love the kaiju community, and Godzilla is obviously a huge part of the DNA of our channel. And Dave, I just want to know, how did you get into Godzilla? And go ahead, just spew off some of your favorite Godzilla movies. Let's just go fucking kaiju, man.
So we gotta go back to the 70s.
Yes.
And in the 70s, when we only had 4 or 5 channels on television, in the TV guide, every once in a while they run an ad that said it's Godzilla week, 4:30 movie. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And I would run home from school and sit in front of the TV that whole week. Like, Godzilla just meant everything. And because, I grew up and both my parents were working, and I was one of those kids that just, was unsupervised. I just walked home from school on my own as a 7-8-year-old kid and came home, and Godzilla took care of me in the afternoon, So I've said it many times, Godzilla was like a father figure to me as a kid. I really looked up to it. I love those movies so much. So those are really my first introduction to Godzilla, was watching them on television in the 4:30 movies, and I loved it. Then I finally saw my first Godzilla in the theater, 1977, Godzilla versus Megalon.
Oh!
Okay.
Here's the VHS.
Do you know how many people love Godzilla versus Megalon?
So,
wait, is that 4K or is that a VHS tape?
Yeah, that's 4K VHS.
What?
Wait.
No, just kidding.
That's
this is
awesome.
just
that exists.
4K VHS looking
didn't know that.
Videotape. I don't know what brand it is. I found it for cheap, and I love that cover art. That is just killer.
Nice.
Yes.
Because that happens in the movie, right?
The World Trade Center.
You don't remember that?
Totally happens.
So I saw that in the theater, and it blew my mind. It blew my mind as a 7-year-old kid seeing Megalon, Jet Jaguar. It was just, that was the movie. Even though today, looking back, a lot of people think that movie is not one of the best Godzilla movies. It's usually considered one of the worst. But
and NerdCage Live, no.
No.
Shout out to Cole, Godzilla Gamer 77. If he's here right now, he's probably in love with you right now.
I love it, and again,
dude, it's a party movie, man. If you got a party,
it really is.
And you want,
I got the Blu-ray.
Got another copy.
And I agree with you. It's a party movie, and I used to have a projector on my wall, and we could show movies like 15 feet wide, and I remember wanting to relive the experience of seeing it in the theater. So we watched Godzilla versus Megalon, and when you watch that movie really big, you realize how incredible it really is. A great movie. So I stand behind that one.
Shout out to that fucking drop kick. Okay, so
and after once I got into like high school and everything, it was like, I got into the VHS days, and then Godzilla movies have just been in rotation. But beyond Godzilla, then you find the other Toho movies, and you start expanding. What other monsters are there? And like you go down that hole, and you just start finding everything. And I go to horror conventions all the time, and there's always like one table dedicated to the whole giant monster universe, and like even if they were bootlegs, I would get them just to be able to see these movies in widescreen and things like that.
Excellent. I was going to ask you a question, but before I ask this question, so besides Godzilla versus Megalon, what would be your other top favorite, your top 3 Godzilla movies?
So not that they're the best, but they're the ones that meant something to me.
Yeah.
So everyone makes fun of it, but Godzilla's Revenge or All Monsters Attack, even though it's like a compilation movie in a way, and it's like very kiddie, that was one as a kid that I loved, and I really related to that kid, and bullies and like having no parents around and everything. So I just, when I bought that Criterion set, thing, the first one I watched was All Monsters Attack out of here, and I was like, I gotta just watch that one.
It's funny you bring that up. Joe Blow is in the chat, and he's like, shout out to the Latchkey kids, because you just mentioned that.
I'm a Latchkey kid, so I got it.
What would be other ones? Name a few other ones.
I'm gonna say Destroy All Monsters is a personal fave. I love the music in it, that sound that the kind of alien spaceship makes, and you just get to see like every monster in action. It's just, if you're gonna show somebody a Godzilla movie and try to turn them on, that's one that's, I think, pretty good choice.
I'm glad that for that hype trailer I made, I threw in Godzilla vs. Megalon and Destroy All Monsters in there. It's all coming together.
Yeah, you got it.
Let's see. So you mentioned other monsters. So I see Godzilla was your gateway. Name some other monsters you're into, and I'm kind of bracing myself because I know there's gonna be one monster in there that I'm not a fan of. I'm bracing for it, but go ahead, Dave.
Gamera was my second favorite. So you would always see the Gamera movies as well on TV. And even though it's not necessarily in the same class, I love King Kong and all the King Kong movies as well, if you're talking about a giant monster. But Gamera, I have every Gamera movie as well. I don't have the newest box sets, but I have every one on DVD and Blu-ray, one way or another.
Davis, do you got something to say right now?
And Jay has a problem with giant turtles. We'll say it.
Yeah.
I get shit on by everybody because they know I'm not a Gamera fan. I see Davis is like smirking.
Yeah.
Now I'll ask you this though, Jay. You've watched the newer ones. When I say newer, the later ones, like the '90s ones, right?
I have. Yep.
I mean,
Legion,
you have to admit those are pretty good, and but.
Masterful, even, honestly.
What's that?
I'd honestly say that they're like that trilogy is just masterful. Like not just when it comes to giant monster cinema, but like just cinema in general. Like the special effects, the storytelling, the characters, like it's all just top notch.
Even the chat's getting at me. they know, and I was like braced for them. I'm like, yeah, he's probably a Gamera fan too, and I got to be ready for the backlash.
Yeah.
No, like I said, listen. I'm not a Gamera person, but we did watch parties on Davis's channel. We watched some Gamera movies. I had a good time. It's not really my go-to. I don't know. I guess Gamera never spoke to me like Godzilla did.
I got you, and that's okay because a lot of people, I'm sure, feel that way. But like, we can go back, and I'll say King Ghidorah is probably my next favorite monster. When I was young, it was all about King Ghidorah, and just it was like that was the cool. Like, I love Gene Simmons from Kiss. I always go to the dark horror kind of member of the group, and like for me it was King Ghidorah was the most evil, so I was like I bought the models of King Ghidorah, and I always loved them, so it's such an incredible creation.
Sorry, the Gamera fans are still rallying right now. So speaking of King Ghidorah, one of my favorite, it's my second favorite Godzilla movie of all time, Invasion of Astro Monster Zero. I fucking love that movie so much. But recently, tragically, he lived a long life, but we recently lost Akira Takarada. How big of a fan of Takarada's work were you? Because like I said, I just feel like it's just now that he's gone, there's like a whole he was like the mainstay in those Showa era movies, and that he's gone now. I mean, any thoughts on or any particular fun memories of Akira Takarada, Dave?
Well, I never met him, but he was at conventions a lot. In New Jersey, we have bunch of horror conventions. So a lot of the original Godzilla, guys from the suit who wore the suits have been, in the last few years prior to the pandemic. So they're legendary. It's absolutely fascinating. Whenever I watch the behind the scenes making of the movies, it's just absolutely fascinating. Have you ever seen on this series? I don't know which one. This series that they put out on DVD.
Yes, the classic media. Yep.
I have those.
Yeah, these are really good, and there's some special bonus features on them, and they have behind the scenes that are actually really interesting. The guy you're talking about is the original guy in the Godzilla suits, right?
Well, that's Hiro Nakajima. He passed away a few years ago, but recently Akira Takarada, he was the astronaut. Fuji.
Oh, okay.
Fuji the astronaut, and he was Ogata in the first movie, and of course he was in King Kong Escapes. And
I got you. That's why I have all this, because I know I get my names mixed up. I'm so sorry.
It's okay, but yeah.
Every one of those actors, even though I don't know everybody's name, it's imprinted on my brain. I've seen these movies over and over so many times, but like I said, there's one genre where, I respect anybody who can remember everybody's name associated with these movies. It's very difficult, but I am definitely gonna read about him and try to look up his filmography and catch up with all the parts that he had.
Yeah, by far he's my favorite actor from the Showa era. He always had a presence to him, and it was and so was Davis. We were lucky enough to meet him at G-Fest in 2019. It was the last convention appearance he ever did. Definitely a dream come true, because he was one of the ones from the from the Showa era from 1954, and yeah, meeting him was I was starstruck. I'll always be grateful. I'm too lazy to get them down, but I got 2 autographs, photo autographs. Oh fuck it, I'll go get them. So let me hog the screen for a minute here, not to feed my ego or anything, but just want to show Dave. So yeah, obviously remember this scene from 54. So you talk about assign that. And then, of course, my favorite Godzilla movie, Monster Zero. So there's there's Glenn and Fuji there. I got that signed too.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I can see why you're excited about that. And I just watched the 54, but I watched on purpose. I watched the Raymond Burr 54 version in the English cut recently, probably around a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. And so, yeah, that's cool, man. I just, like I said, I just forgot his name. Sorry about that.
No, that's fine. You know what? I'm glad you brought that up, because something just dawned on me. How big and how much of an influence was Soundgarden on you? And I'm sure you're going to know where I'm going with this.
I mean, I first got into Soundgarden when the Louder Than Love.
Yes! That's my favorite Soundgarden record. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember I was going on a flight to LA, and I went to the music store to grab a cassette so I could listen to something as I was flying, and I grabbed Louder Than Love. And by the time I got to California, I was like, this is the greatest record. This is incredible. I was telling everybody, I love it. So when we get to LA, Soundgarden were playing there. So I saw them play on that tour, and then I didn't hang out with Chris Cornell, but I ended up hanging out with, 1 or 2 of the guys in the band later that night. It was the CMJ convention in 1989.
That's fucking awesome. Okay, so the reason why I brought that up is because their very first EP, Screaming Life. No, the second EP. It was FOP. Have you heard the track, the dub mix of FOP?
No.
Okay. The reason why I'm bringing that up, because so if you listen to FOP, which is, like I said, it's one of the EPs that you can get it wherever you stream music, or if you can physically find the record. Oh my god, awesome. But anyway, the song FOP has Raymond Burr's Steve Martin from Godzilla 54 in the song. and they actually use like Godzilla snippets and 1954 Raymond Burr in that song. That's why I brought it up. Check.
I'm going to listen to that.
out.
I did not know that. You have very interesting information.
Yeah, it's FOPP, F-O-P-P. It's from their second EP from 1987, and they sampled Godzilla 1950, well, the Raymond Burr version.
Very cool.
That's why I brought that. That's why I brought up Soundgarden, because I was wondering if you heard.
I love it, man. I love hearing samples from movies and things in songs.
Yes, which is something I know you're a fan of doing with your music.
Yeah.
You use a lot of like rare, obscure scenes into you incorporate that into some of the songs and whatnot.
Well, we've used some like trauma samples and like some oddball stuff here and there. But if you don't have a record label to clear the samples for you, you can end up getting in some red tape over it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Okay, so I've been waiting to ask this question because this has been a controversial topic among the Godzilla fans. But general thoughts on the most recent MonsterVerse films.
Okay. Yeah. So you're talking about like this stuff, right? Like this?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. I got the 3 Godzilla movies, the newer ones.
All right. And how do you feel about those? I'm just curious. How do you feel about those particular movies?
So the first one, I thought just didn't have enough monster action. It was good. It just, I wish that, it didn't, it was a little underwhelming. I liked it. I own it. I'll watch it again and again, but it's not my favorite. The second one, King of the Monsters, that one didn't agree with me. It left me feeling very confused. I was just like, I don't know what's going on. I can't follow it. And, it's just, I don't want to feel that way. And the third one, I really enjoyed Godzilla vs. Kong, especially that neon lit city fight scene.
Yeah.
It was a little less confusing, but these new Godzilla movies, like I love the monster battles, but I can't follow the story. It's just constantly people moving from one place to another, and I don't know where they're going. And it's just like, why? So in hindsight, the first of the new Godzilla movies actually is probably the best, let's say, edited.
Yeah.
There's less monster battle, but you can follow the story the best. And the other two, I feel like the story's all over the place. So that's my opinion. I still like the fight scenes.
Okay. Now, listen, I don't mean to hog the spotlight, but Davis and Joe, if you guys got any Godzilla-related questions, fire away.
Who is your favorite Godzilla kaiju?
Are you asking me or
yes.
My favorite Godzilla kaiju? So, didn't we say already that it was King Ghidorah? Does that count?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So after that, I'm going to say, Mothra is so great, even though it's a gentle monster. It wouldn't be a Godzilla universe without Mothra. So
I feel that, yeah.
I do appreciate Mothra, and I watched the later Mothra kind of solo movies after,
Oh God!
everything in the universe. They're a little soft. I'm not gonna lie, but I still appreciate and basically just all of these.
Oh yeah.
All
Yeah,
of these.
we gotta have them all. Us kaiju fans, we gotta have them all. Whether we like them or not, we gotta have them all.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Do you have this book?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Yeah, this is a book that really, killer. So there's what I love, they have like, you can see like all the different kaiju.
Yep.
And then their stats,
Yes.
how
wins, losses, how much they weigh, how tall, their first appearance,
Biolante. What do you think of Biolante?
Yes!
Biolante is so cool.
Yes, one of the best ones. Biolante needs to come back, please.
Please,
Toho.
Yes. Biolante is one of the few examples that I would pick when you hear the phrase "a special effect come to life." Like Biolante is like the epitome of that. Like if you look at the behind the scenes footage, like it's astonishing how they were able to make her work.
It's a interesting story because it was like created by a fan, I believe, from what
a fan who was also a dentist.
Who came up with the character design or the character idea. And it's such a massive monster that doesn't really have much of a personality, like none. It's just this giant thing that's like pretty, I find it to be pretty creepy. I like the sound effects that go along with it. It's just an original, cool idea. And I'm glad to see that the movie, I remember when it came out, there wasn't a lot of excitement around it when it first came out. I remember people just kind of...
It's because Godzilla vs. Fun fact, I've talked about this before. So Godzilla vs. Biollante flopped in Japan because of Back to the Future. Back to the Future just dominated in Japan. So that's why in Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah in 1991, they incorporated time travel because they were like, Japan's like, okay, we need to do time travel with Godzilla now. So yeah, it was because of Biollante and Back to the Future is the reason why we got the movies we got moving forward. I love Biollante because it's like Godzilla versus the Little Shop of Horrors, you know? And I just thought, a planet monster, that shit's fucking awesome. Like, Biollante needs to come back, man.
Yeah, that would be a cool return, and I think Godzilla fans would probably be excited about it this time. Like, I feel like this is the movie that built up the following over the longest period of time. It took like 20 years, but now, if you look for the Blu-ray online, it's like going for like big
it's like $300.
Yeah,
I'm tempted.
So,
I'm so tempted to sell mine.
I would never sell mine, never. No matter how much you offered, I gotta have it. There's no way.
Man, it's tempting. I'm not gonna lie because I paid next to nothing for it.
Yeah, well, if you bought it when it first came out. So I'm looking through my book. Another great. I mean, you can't forget about Mechagodzilla.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love Mechagodzilla.
Okay, your favorite. Okay, good one. Dave, your favorite version of Mechagodzilla, because we've gotten some fantastic versions, whether it's from the Showa era or the Millennium era or fucking Ready Player One. Like, what's your favorite Mechagodzilla?
I mean, I guess my favorite Mechagodzilla movie is probably the last one of the. I remember there were two back-to-back. So there's Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla and then Terror of Mechagodzilla.
Yep.
I love Terror of Mechagodzilla, the second one. That was one of the darkest, doomiest Godzilla movies. And it's just got this, like, apocalyptic feel to some of it that I just love. And, that one, I'm going to say is my favorite of all the Mechagodzilla movies. But the new ones are good.
Oh, yeah, I 100% agree. Terror... I know it's an often debated topic among us Godzilla fans, but I like Terror of Mechagodzilla just a teensy bit more than versus Mechagodzilla. Something about Titanosaurus, Godzilla going 1v2, and it was cool having Ifukube come back and Ishiro Honda come back one last time for the Showa era. I fucking love Terror of Mechagodzilla.
That's the thing. You got the original director back to end the era, and it was just like such a good ending. And like, then of course when you return 10 years later with Godzilla '84, it was just such a looking. I remember, of course, being alive then when it came out, and it was. I didn't see it in the theater, but I saw it on video when it first came out, and it was just like a whole it felt so new. It almost felt like the way that like the new Godzilla.
Shout out to that poster behind you.
Yeah,
the artwork is killer, man. I'm so happy to have that one.
No, I got the same thing. I got the same thing. I don't know if you can see behind my TV there, but that's a blanket. That's the Godzilla 1984 Japanese poster. It's a blanket. But yeah, I got it right there.
Yeah. Is it written in Japanese under it?
Yeah. You can see I know the light. Hold on, let me turn my other light on here.
It's cool though.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
So like right there, it's just that's my TV, and then there's the
nice.
Yeah.
I love that artwork. I think that is just some of the best Godzilla artwork right there. I mean,
Oh,
just
fuck yeah.
killer.
Just seeing that city exploding there and oh yeah, dude, it's fucking awesome. Fucking
So what do you
awesome.
think about this one?
Oh, yes!
Love it so much.
One of the best Godzilla movies ever. It's in my top 5. I mean, Davis,
Wow.
go ahead. We have a mutual friend, Davis, if you want to explain about Shin Godzilla and Yoko and stuff.
Alright, so Shin Godzilla is probably like for me, it is the best modern Godzilla film. Both as a film and a Godzilla film. It's such a wonderful return to form, especially considering that 311 was a huge part of its influence, and how tragic that event was for Japan at that time. Wow, I just want to say Hideaki Anno and Shinji Higuchi really knocked it out of the park there. And funny we're talking about Shin Godzilla because Shin Ultraman just came out in Japan today, and I hope that gets that gets an international release of sorts, because I've grown to be a huge Ultraman fan since the pandemic, and I really want to see that one.
Yeah, Dave, are you an Ultraman fan?
I mean, I've got DVDs of the Ultraman show, but I won't call it complete. So, I probably have about one of those DVDs with 10 episodes of the series, and then I've got some of the later movies as well.
Nice.
I dabble with Ultraman. I like Inframan. That's one of my all-time favorite movies.
Oh. I was actually lucky enough to watch Inframan at the Alamo Draft House one night. It was so much fun.
Oh my God. I mean, the first time I saw it, I just wasn't prepared to laugh as hard as I was. And I thought I laughed so hard my stomach hurt. I thought I broke a rib. It was the funniest thing, and to this day, that's just one of the greatest movies. I know it's a little off topic, but it's what made me appreciate Ultraman, believe it or not, because this is before Power Rangers were a thing or whatever, so I kind of, that was my first type of, except for Jet Jaguar, of course, who falls into that kind of same category of Ultraman type. But when it says Shin Ultraman, what does Shin mean again?
Okay, so Shin is, it's a term with plenty of meanings, but the one meaning that is commonly associated with it, especially when it comes to sequels, reboots, and whatnot, is new. So Shin Godzilla is new Godzilla. Shin Ultraman it's a new Ultraman. That's basically what it means.
Okay.
Yeah, it also could mean God. It could also mean true.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's a bunch of meanings, but yeah, what David said means too. Yeah, so it's new Godzilla, new Ultraman.
Okay. Good to know.
So when we met in Syracuse, I was wearing my Mechagodzilla shirt. That's how we started talking. We actually I want to dip into this now. Other Toho properties, and one of the things I asked you was hey, are you a fan of Matango and so let's go into some of the more obscure films. But I got a question because someone brought it up. Yes, I got that too.
Hell yeah.
Oh yes,
Sweet.
Mysterians.
Ooh.
All right, let's fucking go.
All right.
Laura, dude. Space Amoeba. Okay.
Nice.
Yes, Cesar Romero. Yes.
Atragon is so good.
Okay, so I got those and some others. So yeah, I really love these. They all have that feel of Godzilla because a lot of the same crew obviously was used in some of these movies, and they're just fun, wacky, one-off type movies, and I watch them often. I mean, I when I work, I have them in the background on, and just I love the sounds. And Mysterians, man, I've seen that a lot. But Matango, Attack of the Mushroom People. I mean, I first read about this movie in the 80s, probably in like, I want to say Deep Red magazine, believe it or not.
Oh yes, yep.
If I'm not mistaken, one of the like fanzines, but good ones from the 80s, and I think it was Deep Red that was listing a whole bunch of like, you must see this movie. And I never forgot this title, The Mushroom People. And then, thankfully Shriek Show released a lot of these movies.
Yes.
They're all on Shriek Show. You know what I'm talking about? You know this label? Oops. You see?
Yes, yeah. Tokyo Shock, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Tokyo Shock. Yeah, put out by Shriek Show is the parent company.
Yeah, we need to get proper Blu-ray re-releases though. I know where to get them, but I'm saying like proper Blu-ray releases. So here's $1 million
and another
question.
one of my favorites. This one.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
I love King Kong Escapes. I fucking love King Kong Escapes, man.
It's a fun
You know what
one.
my favorite part of this is?
Yes.
My favorite part is that it says right on here, rated G.
Yep.
And that scene where Kong fights like the dinosaur and rips its mouth open and it's all bloody.
Yes.
And I'm thinking they're wondering, how could really this be rated G? It's a little intense for kids.
Well, I mean, if I was watching as a little kid, I think that was the coolest shit ever.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I love it.
So that's Gorosaurus. That was his first Gorosaurus.
Yeah, Gorosaurus, right.
First appearance in Destroy All Monsters. Kangaroo Kick. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gorosaurus, totally great, man. This one I love.
I'm dying to ask. I got two questions I'm going to direct right at you, Dave, and I know we're about to go to war here with everybody. So real quick, there's no wrong answer, Dave. But we all need to know, which is the better movie? Now, I love both movies, okay? And it's okay. But we just want to know. Frankenstein Conquers the World or War of the Gargantuas? What's the better movie?
Hang on.
Yep.
Okay. So I got them both. They're right here. The war is right here.
Yep.
I am going to say I like War of the Gargantuas a little better.
Yeah.
If I had to pick.
All right.
I like them both. I really do. I mean, that's tough. But War of the Gargantuas, it's the more crazy of the two, if my memory serves me correct. Was it the second or the first one?
Second.
The second.
Yeah. I feel like the fight scenes between the two Gargantuas are just amazing.
There's nothing more heavy metal than that, Dave. Okay,
Yeah.
Davis, you already know. Ask away about the Frankenstein endings.
All right. Okay, so before I continue, are you aware of the alternate ending to Frankenstein Conquers the World?
Right. So there's on this disc. There's the Japanese version and the American version.
Yeah.
It's been a while, so tell me what the differences are.
Okay, so the original Japanese ending was after Frankenstein kills Baragon, an earthquake occurs, and Frankenstein falls into the earth to his doom. The international ending, which was accidentally aired on Japanese television at some point, that is known as the octopus ending, where after killing Baragon, Frankenstein lets out a victory roar, and out of nowhere comes this giant octopus and pulls Frankenstein into the water and kills him.
It's the same octopus from King Kong versus Godzilla.
Right.
Yep.
Okay.
So out of those two endings, which do you prefer?
I wish that I had my player right here that I could put it in, but I have to say I haven't seen. I haven't. You see that both versions are right here. I watched it, I swear, but it's been so long that when we're done with this, that's going to be the first thing I'm going to do, and then I'm going to.
No, because we went to war about Davis prefers the earthquake. I prefer the octopus. I'm sorry, the octopus is fucking badass. I love it.
I don't think I've watched the octopus version in a long time because I've watched this, let's say not recently, but it ended with the earthquake.
Yes.
I could say.
Watch the other version.
Okay.
It's so... It's fucking awesome. It makes no sense, but at the same time, it's just like, yes, let's go.
Yes. I like what the fuck type stuff, so I watched it.
Speaking of what the fuck, okay, Davis, I've been bugging Davis a while now, but Davis or TitanGoji, did you finally get the chance to watch Dead or Alive?
Oh, not yet.
Okay.
I've been busy
Neabore,
with
have you
student film.
watched the movie Dead Alive?
Which one are you talking about?
I don't want to ruin the ending for Davis, but the
No,
one.
who directed it?
Oh, Takashi Miike.
Yeah, and I have it in my collection. I've seen it.
Okay, talk about an ending.
But again, one problem with me is that I watch too many movies, and after I haven't watched a movie and I've watched 500 movies or 1,000 movies since, I gotta refresh. My brain doesn't keep every memory, so I can't remember the ending. I apologize.
I don't want to say it because I need Davis to watch this movie because I want.
But I know I have Dead or Alive, and it's great, and it's a crazy movie. It's wacky. Is there an explosion? An explosion?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. I remember.
That's it. Don't say any more. Don't say any more because Davis hasn't watched it, and I want to see his genuine reaction.
Now, Jay, back to the subject. Back to the subject of earthquakes. What's the earthquake Japanese movie that we watched together?
Oh, the Sinking of Japan, Submersion of Japan.
Yeah, that one.
That one is so good. I love that.
Yeah, it's
that was a good
kind
time.
of a rare find. I think what other here's a good one. Davis, I'm surprised you didn't ask this one, but Dave, did you like the Attack on Titan movies from Toho?
Which titles remind me?
So there was in 2015.
Yes, it was 2015. It was two movies directed by Shinji Higuchi, who would go to direct Shin Godzilla, and it's also based on a very popular manga and anime.
Yeah.
Okay, I have not seen those.
Oh,
no.
check them out. Check them out.
Oh yeah.
How do I see it?
Okay, so I do know you can rent them, both of them on Amazon, but they do have Blu-rays that you can probably find at Walmart and video store. But what's really special about those two movies is that they honestly feel like those are the last movies we'll see of that particular scope and scale, because the scale of those films are just massive for a Japanese production, and unfortunately they didn't do very well when they came out, and it's likely we probably won't see movies like those again. We have Shin Godzilla and Shin Ultraman, but it wasn't quite on the level of the Attack on Titan movies, which, by the way, I am rocking it today.
Oh yeah, no one's a bigger Attack on Titan fan than Davis when it comes to the anime and the movies.
Oh yeah,
that's awesome.
I'll also note that other kaiju fans have also considered the Attack on Titan movies almost like a hidden sequel toward the Gargantuas in a way.
That's why I brought it up.
Yep.
Yeah, you can almost incorporate it into the third Gargantua's movie if you really wanted to. So Dave, I want to go through some other obscure, I would say obscure, but maybe non-mainstream here in America here. But are you a fan of this movie, Gorgo, from Britain?
Oh, Gorgo is a good one.
I have it. I love Gorgo. Are you asking me or Davis? Sorry.
Dave.
Yeah, Gorgo, and I got Gappa. Remember Gappa?
Yes!
Oh, wow.
The VHS still.
Nice.
Oh, God, so bad it's good, though.
I watched Gorgo. I watched Conga, Gappa. Those movies all kind of feel the same to me. They're just fun, good movies. I love Yongari from Korea.
Oh, I've never seen that one.
Oh, the original '60s or
Yongari, monster from the Yongari.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, yeah. That's a. I mean,
that one's fun. That was one that I used to play on TV when I was a kid a lot. So,
I've never seen it. Don't come at me, guys. I've never seen it.
Okay, Yongari, monster from the deep, 67. All
right.
Okay.
It was a very rare Korean giant monster movie.
Yeah, like the only way to like properly watch it is through its American release, as a good chunk of the original Japanese version is considered lost media, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Okay,
Yeah.
I got one for you, Dave. One of my favorites ever. Daimajin.
That's a great Blu-ray set that also like went through the roof. Like it's really expensive. I'm seeing now for like $100 at least.
Yup.
And I first heard about that when this VHS came out.
No shit, that's awesome.
It was in Tower Records one day. I'm
That
like,
fucking
I've never heard of this
artwork,
movie.
dude, that's awesome. Wait, show me one more time, please. Oh, that's so fucking awesome. Sorry, I love this fucking movie.
That was put out. That was put out by ADV Films in 90.
Oh, okay, yeah, they're the same ones that released Destroy All Monsters. Yep.
And it was widescreen, which was cool. And I remember this was like probably in the 90s. And then
awesome.
It was cool to get that Blu-ray set, which looks awesome. I mean, these are really cool movies. They're not. They're not as like, let's say, there's a lot of like really incredible production value. I think where they feel like classy films. You know, it's not like trash or garbage or anything. I think a lot of, very talented, a lot of work went into these movies. You can really
Joe,
see
get
it.
that chat real quick. Joe, get that chat real quick from Paul. Just so Dave hears this one.
It says, Jay, great stream tonight. I have to run, and good night and stay safe. Dave Neabore, I hope you come back.
Thank you. Very nice.
Yes.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, it's definitely, that's always nice to hear. But
Yeah, thanks for stopping in, Paul.
Daimajin's like, I think Daimajin next to Godzilla 54 is like my second favorite like kaiju movie of all time. What do you think of the other two? There was three of them. What do you think of the other two? I think they're all great. The first one's my favorite, but the other two are pretty good too.
The first one's like the classic, and the other two are like, once you already know the basic idea, they're cool. I like 2 and 3 because they got it. They kind of get, I don't want to say more to the action. They still have that same Godzilla formula. There's a nice beginning, a story, and then you got a nice end, good action-packed ending. But to be honest with you, I on the triple feature set, I still haven't watched the third one yet. I watched 1 and 2.
I think the third one, okay, I'll be honest with you. So the third Daimajin movie is probably my second favorite. I go 1, 3, 2, and here's why.
Okay.
Yes, the second one definitely upped the ante on the action and the but the thing is, I felt the second one was cut, copy, and paste. The third one was fascinating because it's about these 3 kids walking through a mountain, and you see Daimajin come out in the snow. I like the third one. I think the third one's the second best because the second one was just a copy and paste, whereas the third one felt like a different movie. So, but the first one's still the best. But the third one, my God, is definitely a very fascinating watch.
Cool.
And even though it centers around 3 kids, it doesn't feel like a kid's movie.
Oh yeah, it gets dark.
Yeah, like one of them fucking dies. I think, if I recall, one of the kids fucking died. Like, it's brutal. But yeah, Daimajin fucking rules, and I'm also glad that Daimajin came back for was it the yokai?
Let's see. I forget the full name, but it is the second movie in the Great Yokai War series.
Oh.
Yeah, that one is also directed by Takashi Miike, and unfortunately, I haven't been able to see it. I don't know of a way to see it, unfortunately.
Well, I also want to show you guys these soundtracks too. 'Cause I'm a huge soundtrack.
Oh, nice.
So you've got these original CDs, which are very cool. That one is Mega Guiris.
Oh, nice.
Which is this is a really good movie. Of the newer ones, I tell everybody, like, this one is one of the darker films in the series. And really good sound effects, and it's just a kind of, I don't want to call it mean-spirited, but it's got a little bit of a mean edge to it. It's cool. And then these things, if you guys have not heard these compilations.
Oh, yeah, I had those on Apple Music. Oh, by the way, Joe Blow's bouncing. I just want to say goodnight to Joe Blow. That's my boss. Thanks for coming in.
These are on vinyl. My buddy got these on vinyl recently, too. I was like, damn.
Nice.
But I like listening in my car, so I like the CDs.
Nice. Yeah, I got those on my Apple Music on the those two compilations for Godzilla Volume 1 and Volume 2. I got those on my.
Yeah, those are good. I mean, a lot of people buy the full albums of everything. I mean, I'm a real collector, but even trying to collect, all the soundtracks to every Godzilla movie, they're expensive.
Yeah.
So
now, Jay, can I switch gears slightly?
Yeah. What's up?
All right. What I'm going to ask here, as you can probably see by my silence tonight, I don't follow kaiju movies very closely. However, I am a gamer. I don't know if you follow video games or not, but recently there has been a trailer in the works that Call of Duty is bringing Godzilla and King Kong to it. How does everybody feel about that?
Me personally, I just I've been so spent from Call of Duty, so I really don't know. That's kind of like, for me, it's like one of those wait and see. Dave, are you a gamer at all, or have you just, okay, in case you don't know, Call of Duty, which I'm sure you at least know what Call of Duty is. So Call of Duty has a downloadable content where they have Godzilla and King Kong from the MonsterVerse in this DLC package. Davis, TitanGoji, you got any thoughts on the
I don't play Call of Duty, but I hope people have fun with it.
Yeah. All right. No, we got. I know Joe's probably dying to ask that one. But real quick, back to the movies and stuff. Dave, are you familiar? Or are you a fan of? Let's see, the H-Man and the Human Vapor?
Totally. Yeah, absolutely. Somewhere here, I've got those as well. And the H-Man is so good. It's I don't know where I put my. I had it here somewhere, but that movie is just brilliant. I mean, that goes along with that was the movie. I'm so sorry that I told you about that I read in Deep Red. It was maybe both of them, Matango and H-Man. I think they were featured together.
So
these are the two you must see. And I would always read it and be like, God, when am I ever going to see the H-Man? It's like the Japanese kind of blob movie or something, you know?
I fucking love those movies. I like the Human Vapor a little bit more, but they're both good. They're both good.
Human Vapor is so much fun.
What was the other one that was on the H-Man Blu-ray you just had?
Battle in Outer Space.
Yeah, Battle in Outer Space, another great one.
Yeah, it's all right. I love them. About it. I like the Mysterians better. Mysterians is way better than Battle in my opinion. Mysterians fucking rock.
Oh, I found this. Have you seen this? It's called. This is a bootleg, but it's Godzilla Fantasia. Do you know what this is? Godzilla Fantasia?
No.
I don't think I do.
These are giant, long music videos somebody created. This is cool. It's got a soundtrack and everything. I mean, this is some crazy shit.
Nice.
Look it up. Godzilla Fantasia, and it's I guess somebody's idea of Disney's Fantasia, but with clips of Godzilla.
Oh, that's awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, along with music. So it's basically just a giant music video of Godzilla.
Okay.
I'm surprised you haven't seen that one.
I need to see this now. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's cool.
Wow, I'm surprised Davis didn't know. Davis is a huge expert. I'm surprised he didn't even know about it. Like,
I was not aware of that.
Yeah. There's another movie.
How about the Italian Godzilla? Did you ever see the Italian?
I have. Davis, go ahead. I have never seen it.
Oh man, I actually showed that one to a couple of very good friends of mine. Oh, it was. It was so hilarious. One of them was just, what the fuck is going on? Like that the whole time. Like that movie's just insane.
I need to see it. I know what it is. I've never seen it, but I have to.
I've never seen it either. Just clips of it.
Yeah. Dave, I got a good one.
The Criterion DVD prior to this Blu-ray. And I love that movie. It really is great. It holds up fantastic. The new Blu-ray.
Oh yeah.
I was just like, it's like when you could see the movie so clearly, you could really, you could really see the movie clearly and understand the characters so much better. It's just imagery is so striking. That demon mask, just never forget it. And that last shot, like when the movie just freeze frames, and I'm like, just losing. Oh. Well, you gotta see Oni Baba.
I fucking love that movie. I have Davis to thank because Davis did a really fantastic video on Oni Baba. And I jumped on that shit. Like, okay, I need to watch Oni Baba. I fucking love it. But yeah, for those who don't know, Oni Baba is actually available on HBO Max. Last I knew, must watch. It's like,
yeah.
You know what, Dave? You know what it reminds me of? It almost reminds me of Reservoir Dogs. And the reason why I say that is because Reservoir Dogs takes place in one area, in the warehouse. Whereas Oni Baba, takes place in that, in that one field.
Right. It's all when that movie's done and finished, you're always remembering the field.
Yeah.
The grass and the field, and it really is. It's just the whole. It's a very simple film, and that's what makes it so classic. And like I said, I've seen it probably around 4 or 5 times before this Blu-ray, but. I liked it the best I've ever watched it on this last viewing. It really is just incredible.
Oh, just real quick, just want to shout Valerie in the chat. Thanks for stopping in. We haven't seen you in a while. Thank you, Val. All right. Man, we could probably do this all night, but okay. So Dave, I'm going to put you on the spot here. We had so much fucking fun tonight, and I really, really definitely want to do this again down the road. So putting you on the spot, Dave. How would you feel about coming back on NerdCage Live again sometime? We'll talk more movies. Maybe we'll talk more horror movies. Maybe we'll talk horror movies next time and more
horror
stuff. But you want to come back?
Listen, I appreciate you guys so much. Even though I consider myself a huge Godzilla fan, I bow to you guys and your knowledge. There's always more to learn. I don't know every single name of every person, but my passion for the movies is there, and I grew up with it and I love it. So I just appreciate you having me on and talking about something that I've spent so many hours and of my life, watching and appreciating and meeting other people. I see somebody with a Godzilla shirt, I always stop and talk to them, and it's just this is just it's something that I appreciate, and talking about movies and music and meeting other people, that's what it's all about for me. So I really appreciate you connecting with me at the show in Syracuse, following through, having me on your show tonight, and just getting to know you guys, Davis and John. Great to see you.
Yeah.
Jay, John, did you tell him where you're going soon?
Is it Rob or John?
Well, that's Joe.
No, Joe. I'm sorry, you barely talked.
I'm Jay, he's Joe.
Jay, did you tell him where you're going soon?
Yeah. So I guess it's kind of a good time to bring it up too. So just so that everybody knows, I will be at G-Fest in Chicago, July, whatever dates it is, July.
It is the 15th to the 17th.
Okay,
I believe.
I'm getting there early, so yeah, July. Okay, so the 15th to the 17th. So yeah,
I'll be there too.
Yeah. So we just want to take a minute here, just let everybody know we in fact will be at G-Fest. For all you Chicago area NerdCage Nation fans, come say hi. Originally I had a panel planned. I pulled out. I know I'm immature, but yeah, I pulled out because the reason why I pulled out is because that G-Fest is going to be at a new venue this year, and I wanted to go into the G-Fest. If I was going to do a panel, I wanted to go in one of those really small rooms where they're going to do a small panel. That's what I wanted. So I decided, because of the unfamiliarity and the new location for the first time ever in G-Fest history, I decided to pull my panel out, and I'm going to maybe do one either a year or two down the road. I just want to enjoy the convention this year, especially that's going to be a new event. But anyway, what I'm getting at is, yes, I'll be there as a fan, and if you guys see me, come say hi, hug, shake hands, I don't care. Come say hi to me. I love, I had never really met, like, people from, I mean, obviously, Davis, I work with you, but I haven't really got to meet anybody who's a fan of the show or anything like that. So if you happen to be at G-Fest, come say hi. I'll be hanging around. I'm definitely going to be doing my Chicago stuff. Like, I'm going to get my deep dish pizza. I'm going to go to Gallup and Ghost Arcade. I'm going to do all that. But I cannot wait to be at the convention with all the fellow Godzilla fans. I'm going to hang out at all the panels. I mean, just so you know, Dave, sorry, Davis, you're good with names, but the child actor that played the kid from Godzilla vs. Megalon, he's going to be there. The one that played Katsura from Terror of Mechagodzilla, she's going to be there. And, of course, the legendary Don Fry. Davis, do your Don Fry, Davis. I'm sorry, I'm putting you on the spot. Davis, do your Don Fry.
Listen, kid. There are two things you don't know about the Earth. One is me, and the other is Godzilla.
Yes, Don Fry, legendary MMA fighter in Godzilla Final Wars, is going to be at G-Fest.
Hell yeah.
I cannot wait to meet everybody at G-Fest. Everything's booked. I'm just trying to scrap as much money as possible so I can spend money on everything I see. But everything's booked. I got my train, got my car, got my hotel. I will be there, and I'm going to be in Chicago for a whole week. So come say hi. I look forward to meet everybody at G-Fest. And Davis, I cannot wait to hang out with you. Well, we didn't really hang out. I mean, we met, but we didn't.
Yeah.
Now we get to hang out. So very much looking
to
forward to the G-Fest experience this year. Dave, man, I'm telling you, man, if you ever get a chance to go to G-Fest, man, holy smokes, it's a riot. Just saying.
I would love it. I wish it was in New York. It'd be a lot easier to get there.
Yeah,
but,
I know. Yeah. I'm just saying, it's
cool
a
to
great
know.
experience.
To be honest, I'd never even heard of it. I didn't even know it existed. So.
Yeah, it's in Chicago, and they've been. This is what, the 26th year they've done, or 27th? I don't know. I lost track.
Well, I can say that.
27.
Look,
27.
For everything, at least I went to Toho Studios in 2000 in Japan.
Oh, that's awesome.
I was sweating my ass off. It was like 95 or 100 degrees, and I'm hungover as hell. I'm like, I'm going to Toho, and when I get there, they were closed. I should have called, but how do you call? I don't even know how to make a call in Japan. So I at least got a picture with the Godzilla statue that's right out in front, and that was a great moment to at least stand at the front gates of the studio.
That's fucking awesome, Dave. Man.
I can say that. I wish I did the tour, but I just took a chance and at least I tried. But yeah, you gotta.
The fact that you went to Japan, you guys played Japan, I'm sure, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I was there playing, and I was like, you know what? Let's go to Toho Studios. And one of my guys was like, I'll go with you. And I dragged him over there. But that's you gotta try, awesome. Man. You can't sit in your hotel room or you're never gonna have an adventure.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah. So why don't we wrap this up and just everybody plug. So Joe, our moderator and Trailhammer, Joe, go ahead and tell them about tomorrow and Tuesday.
Alrighty. Tomorrow night at 8 p.m. we are going to be playing Donkey Kong Country 2, 102% completion run.
Yes.
And then on Tuesday, we are going to be playing a one-off of Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
Yes, absolutely. So, yeah, I hope everybody can make our Twitch stream tomorrow. That's twitch.tv/NerdCage Live, 8 o'clock Eastern Time tomorrow for Donkey Kong Country 2. Really awesome. And then real quick, guys, thanks to everybody who came in tonight, but next Thursday night, Ernie C. from Body Count will be here at NerdCage Live to talk everything Body Count. God damn, This is the second time we've had a Body Count member on the show. We're really excited to have Ernie C. I bent my back backwards to book him for next week. So hope everybody can make that show next week. Ernie C. Body Count, original member of Body Count, Grammy Award-winning guitarist. Fuck yeah, dude. Body Count all day, every day. Dave, you ever played with Body Count or your Body Count?
Oh yeah, we played with Body Count probably like 2017 or 18 at the Tsunami Hardcore Fest.
Oh yes, I was there. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god, like I missed you guys that fucking night. But yeah, I was at Tsunami Fest in Reading, Pennsylvania. I was there.
Yeah, Wu-Tang played and Turnstile. It was a good gig, but every once in a while we do a gig with Body Count. We end up somewhere in Europe or somewhere with them. So I'm glad to see those guys still going.
Dave,
after all these years.
Just for momentum, I want to show you. I still have this with me.
Oh,
I don't know if you can.
That's cool, man. Yeah, you got. Look at that. Wisdom in Chains, Dog Eat Dog, Turnstile, Body Count. That was great.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I wasn't that happy with the venue.
They had sound issues. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, it was a bad choice of venue. I get it. They thought it was going to be a lot of people, and it didn't turn out to be.
And then the second day they did it at the Reverb at a small club, and it was fucking awesome.
That's where our night. Yeah.
Low key, I wish you guys played the second night because
Me too.
Yeah. But I will say this, though. I actually ran in, and I can't wait to share the story next week, but I actually bumped into Ernie C. Like, when I walked into the venue, I bumped into Ernie C, and I had a fanboy moment. But me and Ernie got our picture taken together. I had a fanboy moment. But, I haven't told, like, this whole time I've been booking Ernie C, I haven't brought that up yet. So when I see him on Thursday.
You got something to talk about.
Do you remember I bumped into you at the fucking arena, at the Santander Arena in Reading? But yeah. We're excited to have Body Count, Ernie C from Body Count next week. Like, holy shit. Like, this is a nerd-based show, but we love having, our fan base listens to rock and metal, and we love having some musicians on. Joey Z was on our show, who's also a Godzilla fan. Joey Z came on like a year ago, and he's a diehard Godzilla fan too, and like,
cool. Yeah.
Zach Householder.
I'm sorry, what's that?
He was on. I said Zach was on too. Zach Householder?
Yeah. Zach Householder from
Whitechapel.
Whitechapel. Yeah. We had him on. We had a bunch of big name musicians on. We love having musicians on the damn show. So
awesome.
So Dave, you joined the ranks of like all the big name musicians that we've had on that are fucking nerds too. So it's been fucking awesome.
Proud to be here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
TitanGoji, you want to just plug anything? You gotta plug anything before we go?
All right, so just like Jay, I'm also going to be at G Fest, and once again, I'm Davis Madole, also known as TitanGoji. You can find me on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that. I also have a Patreon and TeePublic if you wish to support the channel through those means. Last week I uploaded a video about Mobile Fighter G Gundam. And I'm currently working on a video for Mobile Suit Gundam Wing, which I'm sure plenty of y'all out there are familiar with, because it aired on Toonami back in the day. And let's see. Oh yeah, and I'm also almost done with my student film Void, and you can expect more news on that down the line. And I also have a panel going on at G Fest, and it will be about this little franchise here. Won't say much, but
we couldn't find a better person to do an Attack on Titan panel. So
yep. So
I'll be there. I'll be there watching, and I'm gonna cheer you on, dude. I'm gonna be one of those guys.
Thank you so much.
I'm gonna be one of those loudmouth cheering. Woo! Let's go. I'll be there. All right. So, Dave, before we get to you to plug whatever you want to plug, I just want to say to NerdCage Nation, if you haven't checked out Dog Eat Dog, links are in the description to check out Dog Eat Dog music. There's music streaming everywhere. You can for all you NerdCage Nation people outside the States, Dog Eat Dog will be on tour in Europe this summer. In fact, like next week, Dog Eat Dog will be touring Europe, and they're gonna be playing some domestic shows on top of that. And my God, please support guys like Dog Eat Dog. They are my dudes. Their music's fucking fantastic. Great workout music. Great music to get pumped up to. And my God, dude, it's just, it's always a good time. And it's just really, really awesome to have Dog Eat Dog on board.
And also check out my solo work.
Yes.
So this is my new CD, Retro Inferno. Hard to see, but it's on Spotify.
Ooh, okay, I'll get that.
And just put Dave Neabore into Spotify. You got this. It's like, influenced by horror and sci-fi. So there's a Terminator track you can see right here. Destroy All Robots, it's called. There's, tracks dedicated to horror and sci-fi, but it's all original music. It's just the stuff I love. And it's free on Spotify or YouTube, Retro Inferno. And I did some horror stuff. So if you're into synth soundtrack stuff and you want to check it out, it's all free online.
Okay,
awesome.
We definitely will. And Dave, do you have any message to NerdCage Nation and our fans? Do you got any general messages or anything else you want to plug before we go?
Just whatever you're passionate about, it's a beautiful thing. Just follow your passion, your dreams. I mean, all of this is just, I get it because I'm a fan. I'm a nerd. I like the stuff I like, even if it's not necessarily gaming or anime. I still respect and appreciate everybody's passion to the things that keeps them going and excites you, because that's the fun stuff in life. So whether it's a Godzilla movie or whatever it is you do, I just support it, and I really appreciate you making me part of your show today.
Oh. It's like I said, an absolute blast and an absolute honor, man. I'm glad we got to connect at Syracuse there at the last season. And
you're great, and this is not the last time we'll see or talk to each other.
Yeah, we'll love that. Okay,
you
Dave. When we end the show, I just gotta ask you something real quick before we before you leave. When we end the show, I need a small favor to ask. But we'll wrap this up right now, real quick, and then we'll run these promos here. But anyway, again, thanks to Dave of Dog Eat Dog for hanging out with us tonight. And, of course, thanks to the mighty TitanGoji for helping us tonight and being a part of this. And Joe, the Troll Hammer, you know the deal. We appreciate everything you do, Joe, for the show. Again, nice.
Look at that artwork.
Very nice.
I had to buy this just for that.
Awesome.
All right. And like I said, be here next Thursday for Ernie C. And then tomorrow we'll be on Twitch playing Donkey Kong Country 2 Diddy's Conquest / completion. Anyway, we ask you to please like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell, and spread that shit like syphilis. So the USA, from yours truly, Syracuse, New York, to Dallas, Texas, to New Jersey, to all our fans and friends around the world at NerdCage Live and the Toku Titan Cast and Dog Eat Dog. As always, enjoy life, stay safe, do your push-ups, eat your vegetables, and good night.
Good night.
Take it easy, y'all.
Thanks, everybody. All right, here.
No statue. Give him chance. Come on, Creed. Hit me. Hey, woman. Listen here. He's mine. No hair's been messing up my coat.
Hey, how you doing? You're about to witness the strength of geek knowledge,
NerdCage Live and gaming are a perfect match.
Shoot the J, Joe. Okay. Shoot it!
All right.
Over on NerdCage Live on Twitch, Jay and Joe go live.
Call me Bazooka Joe.
It's all about you.
Kaboom!
Playing both old school and new school games every Tuesday night. Ooh, what a sight!
Jay, stop looking at her face and run.
But she's so beautiful.
So be sure to follow NerdCage Live on Twitch.
Run for your life, Joe. Run for your life, Joe.
Running.
Run faster. Oh no, Joe. The galaxy's doomed because of you.
To scratch your gaming itch.
Oh, nice kick, Joe.
Thank you.
Yo, that's diabolical. Wait. Yo!
That's twitch.tv/NerdCage Live.
Ooh, trying to get out of the NerdCage, are ya? Well, before you go, hit that subscribe button. And if you're really intrigued, ring that bell. Thank you for dropping by. Until next time, tell everyone you know about NerdCage Live!